All right, let's dive right into a topic that, let's be honest, trips up so many people on the IELTS: grammar. If you've ever felt that sense of dread, you're going to want to stick around because we're about to look at this in a totally new way.
Does looking at English grammar feel like you're staring up at this huge, impossibly confusing mountain of rules? Yeah, you are definitely not alone. For so many test takers, it feels like the single biggest wall standing between them and that score they're aiming for.
But here's the good news. What if I told you that mastering grammar isn't about memorizing thousands of different rules? What if it's actually about understanding a few simple, really powerful tools? Well, that's exactly what it is, and today we are going to open up that toolbox together.
So, here's our game plan. We'll kick things off by looking at the challenge a little differently. Then we'll unlock what I call the sentence toolkit. We'll get into the core builders, learn how to add some color, find the glue that holds it all together, and finally, show you how to master the whole toolkit.
Okay, this right here, this is probably the most important idea we're going to talk about. I want you to try and forget the phrase grammar rules. Seriously. Instead, start thinking of the parts of speech as your own practical toolkit. Each one has a specific job, and once you know what that job is, you can build any sentence you can imagine.
It sounds kind of crazy, but it's true. Every single high-scoring complex sentence you've ever seen, whether it's in a reading passage or a model essay, it's just a clever mix of these basic building blocks, you see? True complexity is actually built from real simplicity. Master these parts, and you master the sentence. Okay, so let's crack open that toolkit. You know, every strong building needs a solid foundation, right? Well, in the architecture of a sentence, that foundation is always built with two essential parts: nouns and verbs.
First up, we've got the noun. The easiest way to think about this is that it's the star of your sentence. It's the who or the what you're talking about, the main character, the key idea, the central thing.
And just look at these examples. University, pollution, communication. These aren't just random words. These are exactly the kind of powerful academic nouns you need to use on the IELTS. They become the strong core of your ideas.
So if the noun is the star of the show, what's the verb? Well, the verb is the action. It's the engine that actually makes the sentence go somewhere. Without a verb, your noun is just sitting there. The verb is what gives the sentence all its life and movement.
And you can see just how powerful they are in these examples. Verbs like shows, analyze, or has grown. They're so precise. They're perfect for describing a graph in task 1 or for building a strong argument in task 2. They tell us exactly what our noun is up to.
All right, we have our solid foundation, our noun and our verb. Now it's time to make our sentences more detailed, more precise, and frankly, a lot more interesting. And to do that, we bring in the describers, adjectives, and adverbs. Now, this is a big one. This is where a lot of people get tripped up, so let's clear it up right now. It's simple. Adjectives describe the noun. See the example? A significant increase. But adverbs describe the verb. It increased significantly. See that subtle difference? Getting this right is such a quick and easy way to boost your grammar score.
Okay, so we've got our foundation, and we've added some descriptive color. So what's next? Well, now we need to stick all these pieces together to create those longer, more complex sentences the examiners are looking for. For that, we need our sentence glue. This little table gives you a super quick breakdown of our three main connectors. You know, pronouns are great for avoiding repetition. Prepositions show us all those important relationships in time and space, but I really want you to pay attention to that last one, conjunctions. Words like and, but, and so are the secret sauce for linking simple ideas into those complex, high-scoring sentences.
Okay, so we've officially unpacked the entire toolkit, but the big question is, how do you actually use all this stuff when you're under pressure in the exam room? Well, it all comes down to a really simple three-step process.
And here it is. The key is to always start simple. Step 1, start with your core. Find your noun and your verb. Step 2, add some color with your adjectives and adverbs. And finally, step 3, connect your ideas using conjunctions. Core, color, connect. Seriously, if you remember that little mantra, you can build a fantastic sentence every single time.
You know, there's this quote I absolutely love. Grammar is the architecture of thought. It just perfectly sums up everything we've talked about. Good grammar isn't just about memorizing rules for a test. It's about building a clear, logical, and strong structure for your ideas so anyone, especially the examiner, can understand you perfectly.
And that brings us to where you are right now. That giant, scary mountain of rules, it's gone. And in its place, you have this simple,
powerful, and organized toolkit. You've got your core builders, you've got your color, and you've got your glue. You have everything you need.
So really, the only thing left to do is to start practicing. Take these tools and just start building. Start with a simple noun and verb and see how you can add to it, how you can connect it to another idea. The power to construct clear, accurate, high-scoring sentences is officially in your hands. So, my question for you is, what are you going to build first?